Hello again. We're back with another Rift Wizard video, and today we're gonna try for an Imp Swarm build, where we summon a bunch of imps. I saw this a few people chatting about it on the Discord. Somebody proposed a really powerful build, and I was like, I gotta try this, right? So while I was doing that, I figured I'd share it with you guys so you can see how powerful this thing can get. Anyways, right now, Imp Swarm is kind of, one of those like higher tier spells that require a bit of understanding of synergy in order to really get going. You can't just pick it and then assume it'll take out all your enemies right away. It helps to have good items to support it, and probably the Imp Maker would make sense to start. This realm doesn't look too bad. I'll pick up Flamegate as the first skill to help with the first, first couple of rifts. And I miss Flamegate. I never use it, but like every time I use it, I'm very impressed with it. Right? But I don't use it too often because I feel like fire as a element is really overpowered. But yeah, the Imp Maker will help because everything that dies turns into an imp, which is excellent and fitting on, it's kind of on theme, right? Basically the way Flamegate works is it's an enchantment that is active as long as you are constantly casting fire spells. And, it's pretty powerful for the cost, right? It summons a ton of minions. They don't last very long, but they do a lot of damage while they're around, right? So very useful for helping out in the early game. Kind of synergizes with the imps because you can activate your imps and then use Flamegate and then start throwing fireballs, and that way you're being productive. But we'll see how far we can take this build. I usually die with imps whenever I try the build, right? I'm not gonna lie. They're kind of challenging to get going, especially if you get really unlucky on drops. If you don't get the right drops, sometimes you can just get like really weak imps that can't pull their weight, even if you're putting all your points into them, which is... But I'm of the opinion that every run is hypothetically winnable. But I think that, just, choose an OP build and go with that. Every run is winnable. But as you can see, like we're just sort of trying to keep ourselves from running out of spell charges. These orcs are kind of challenging because they take a few hits. And here we get the first really good drop in Enchanting Fang. This will apply to Flamegate. This will also apply to Imp Swarm, which we'll pick up right away in the next rift. Monkey Skull Amulet increases damage for all enchantments, minion damage for all enchantments, which is really strong for this build. Specifically for this build. Yeah, and that's good for Flamegate too, right? So I should probably just get this. Although having 4 SP to use, having 4 SP, get Imp Swarm and then get that item is probably another play as well. I definitely want to have... that item. Because that'll definitely, that'll help a lot with damage. Imps are kind of like, by themselves, they're kind of weak. But with the synergy, they kind of just become nutty, right? Yeah, between the Imp Maker and the Flamegate, we can summon a ton of guys already. We're in realm 4, it's pretty crazy. I'll pick up Imp Swarm real quick. Wrong list. Imp Swarm. Base damage is 3. 3 minion damage. Already with the Enchanting Fang, they do 6. So that's like double their damage, right? Just from one trinket power up. So like, you get an idea for how weak they start, right? Get the Monkey Skull Amulet for another +6. And now they're dealing 12 damage per shot, which is already insane. And there's another really good drop, Enchanting Flag, which will help with Imp Swarm even more. And normally I wouldn't drop right next to a dangerous enemy, but here we really want that Enchanting Flag. And although the Claw and the Scale are both good, the Flag is probably the best, because instead it just adds more minion summons, right? 3 is 50% higher than 2. And so there's a bunch of other limitations on imps, right? Like they have numbers, but they have very low HP, they have very low attack, they have low range, and they have a short duration, right? So after a few turns, they dissipate. But there's ways you can like sort of build around them, right? There's a spell called Permanence, which we will get next, and that will extend their duration, and it'll extend the duration of the actual Imp Swarm spell, right? Like it has a duration where it summons X number of imps per turn. So if you extend that duration, you summon like significantly more imps, right? And since the minions they will last longer as well. Will they? No, I think it's just the duration of the spell. Still worth it though. But we'll see. As you can see, like I mean, like I'm not even just taking it a little bit slow. The Imp Maker is doing a lot of work right now. It's just... yeah, the monkey skull amulet really made this quite nice. Seems to be some hitching in the video, like the audio quality, I guess. Maybe I'll swap the audio for music or something in the next playthrough. Anyways, we'll get Permanence next. As you can see, spells, temporary summons last an extra 5 turns, and this effect lasts 20 turns, so Imp Swarm will last an extra 5 turns, and temporary imps will also last an extra 5 turns. Yeah, I'm probably gonna have to fix that audio. Yeah, imps are just sort of taking over, doing everything they need to. I'm trying to get, like, you know, the Flame Gate guys to contribute a little bit, and they're also helping. But the imps are kind of starting to make their presence known. Use Permanence. Don't really need it yet, but may as well, because we only have 1 charge of Imp Swarm left. Then we can just keep summoning imps. They'll keep the troublers distracted while I pick off the masks one by one. We can use Flame Gate just to help get more bodies in front of the enemies. Winged Shoes or the Icy Cruciform. Icy Cruciform is pretty cool, but the Winged Shoes are like absurdly OP. Like, people talk about OP boots, but like, and people are like, oh, time striders are OP. Oh, gnome shoes OP. And I mean, in a way, yes, but winged shoes are disgusting, right? In the right, for those certain rooms, it just makes them just way too easy. And I guess that's kind of the point, right? Here, I'm just gonna try to position myself somewhere where the enemies aren't too much of a threat. Maybe right there by that troubler gate. There's something we can get, Disperse. I'm thinking because we can just basically fill an area with a bunch of imps and then disperse them to go deal with the rest of their group. And then just, you know, do it like that. It's a pretty standard summoner strategy, which is basically start somewhere safe and then use that as a staging ground for your summoning, and then use Disperse to spread everyone around, right? Makes sense. So that's what we're gonna try. And it's working pretty well. Look at that, right? So now summons can go and kill everyone. I can just keep summoning in the back. Just keep my Imp Swarm spell active at all times. Summon imps when there's too many, just kick them out. Keep Permanence up so the imps last a long time. Kick them out again. Get more imps. I'm just checking how many enemies are left. There's like 2. And that's it. That's a room, right? So really, really powerful. Just doing a lot of work already. And although I would like a dagger to increase our damage a little bit, more HP is probably better for what we're doing, because the Imp Swarm build kind of puts you in the face of a lot of enemies. So getting some HP would be nice. We can pick Metal Swarm or Dark Swarm. I heard Endless Swarm is bad because it's kind of like the passive is too low. I haven't really tried it, so I probably shouldn't talk until I've tried it out. But yeah, as you can see, we can just keep summoning our guys. We haven't gotten any upgrades just yet, but we'll probably get Arc Conjurer and Arc Enchanter, Enchanter's Boon, things like that. But yeah, same strategy applies. Find a relatively safe corner, start summoning, and then just sort of try not to die, right? And hopefully we don't run out of imps. We may have to resort to using Flame Gate. And they benefit from Permanence too, right? So it's not like it's a bad thing. That gnome geoman, that gnome guy, the summoner here, mage, summons wolves, sucks. I wish I could kill him faster. Troll Geomancer, he heals himself, summons wolves. I think we got him. Use a potion just to be safe. Probably better to be safe. Got a ton of them at this point somehow. Guess we got lucky. We'll just take a Permanence upgrade. Is not really that useful. Not super impactful for the 3 points it costs. Instead, we'll get our Conjurer and just make our guys stronger. This loot chest is very cool, not super relevant to what we're trying to do, but it has a huge open area where you can spawn. The enemies can attack outside of melee range, except that that mage over there. And he's in the Imp mage. So we should just try something. See if we can summon out here and get to see what the winged shoes can do. And we can just safely summon a bunch of our imps. And he's not going to attack us, is he? No, we'll just summon a few flame guys to help out. Disperse, get our guys all over the map. Let's recast Imp Swarm, and then just pin them down. Recast, don't even need it. The imagery of this realm is pretty hilarious. But yeah, as you can see, the imps are getting pretty powerful now because of our Conjurer and the enchanting loot that we got so far to boost our damage. Warlord Helm would also benefit, be pretty strong here. So would the Jar of Embers. Now is probably a good time to get Metal Swarm, because I think it's the best one, because you get Furnace Imps, which benefit with all the fire stuff, and Copper Imps, which benefit from all the lightning stuff. Blood Magus here. He has Blood Rage, Mass Blood Rage, which could be a bit of a problem. I don't know, the rest of the guys look easy here, but the Blood Mage might be kind of... And the loot here is better anyways. I'll just get the Jar of Embers or the Warlord Helm. Probably don't need the damage right now, but we could just choose a safe corner to set up in. Great Imp Swarm. Cast our Permanence and Imp Swarm, and then just go hide in the corner. Disperse those guys to go fight. Recast more imps. Disperse, go fight. Good, and that was quick. See, yeah. Metal imps just do way more work than the regular ones, especially with all those damage upgrades. You know, it's pretty insane. 15 minion damage. So while I would like to get the Warlord Helm and get them up to like 19 or whatever, Jar of Embers, giving them the burning attribute is probably better, because not only is it an offensive increase, and it's also a defensive bonus, because the burning gives resistances in addition to the damage aura, so probably just get that. And some of these new helmets are absurdly strong, right? Like that Crown of Bony Fingers, just like, look at that thing. What it does is it makes your undead, one of your undead minions use Touch of Death on a random enemy. And if it's as broken as I think it is, it would be really strong. Kind of like having the Imp Maker though, just for the thematic reason, so maybe I'll not even come here. But kudos on the cool new gear, man. I really like it. And yeah, this room we can show off the winged shoes once again. Just cast a bunch of imps and walk around mid-air as the imps get into position to attack. We can just keep casting and just they can't really deal with us. If we could get number of summons, that would be really good. We already have one, but having more would be even better. Probably go there for the enchanting gear. These staves are not very interesting. Maybe lightning wand. Daggers. Don't need the daggers. Probably just come here for the loot. Room does not look inviting. From here we could probably pick up a new skill. We have 7 points, so let's get melting armor's gonna be really strong because enemies are just covered with fire damage, so they lose a ton of physical resist. Enchanter's Boon is really strong because every time you cast Imp Swarm, one of your random minions will also cast it, so you get like multiple Imp Swarms going on the map at once, which is really, really good. It's almost better than getting Enchanter first. It's like, you really kind of want that as soon as possible. But obviously if your imps are really weak, it's kind of useless, so now would be a good time, I think. It's also Enchanter. It does benefit, right? It's a flat boost to everything, but I almost think Enchanter's Boon is stronger right now. I'm just thinking if there's any other upgrades. Protective Warp might be good. Flame Gate, Starfire Gate would be good because then it could activate off of Disperse. Burst Fire, maybe? I don't know. Probably Starfire Gate if I were to upgrade this, but our imps still need some help, so we will probably just get Enchanter's Boon. Yeah, see, 3 duration, 2 max charges versus all this benefit. Let's see. I'll show you. We'll see. Right, so first we'll cast Permanence, then Imp Swarm. And then we're just checking to see if another one of our guys got it. Did they? We could just cast it again. And I think that one got it. Right, yeah, so you can see the Imp Swarm is growing not only next to us, but like immediately south of us too. That means one other imp is also casting Imp Swarm. And hypothetically speaking, we could do that, we could cast Imp Swarm multiple times and have multiple imps casting Imp Swarm. Right, so it's probably kind of hard to see, but we'll get Melting Armor next just to enhance damage even further. And as far as the trinket goes, we'll probably just grab the claw just for more damage. Up to 19 minion damage per imp. Then, I don't know, marksman hat. I like this room. I can tell you right now I like this room already. The enemies look pretty wimpy. Permanence, Imp Swarm, and just let them fight. You know, and just keep. That's working really strong. It's working really, really well. And everyone's dead. 21 turns. Yeah, so So it takes a while for imps to get going, but when they get going, they get going. Right? It's getting to this stage is usually the hard part, but like, you know, I just made a 24 minutes getting here. I assume that the rest of this match won't take as long. But let's see. Right, we can just start right in the center, I suppose. These... I mean, I kind of like Toxic Gaze, Vampiric Gaze here. Because we have a lot of imps. But dark damage is so, like, meh in like the late game that it's like... There's a lot of resistances to dark damage, you know? It's like... That's why those like spells have like 200 base damage. This is a really good room. We could probably just drop in here, because I don't see too many ranged enemies, right? Just use our guys. We're blind. That's okay. Oh, everyone's blinded, not just us. But that's okay. I mean, like, the imps are still winning, right? And just disperse a bunch of those guys all over the map. Disperse some more. We could get protective warp to like keep them alive longer, but I also might get Icy Vengeance here, because Icy Vengeance will like deal lights damage when they die, and having shields is the kind of counter anti-synergy towards that, so maybe I won't do that. What we will do is get Enchanter right now, which will make us much stronger. Just extend the duration of Imp Swarm, give us more charges. Because I don't think they're having any trouble with damage right now. If we're being objective, it's like... This is arguably one of the stronger builds I've seen. Just in terms of like ease of clearing rooms in terms of effort, like this is nothing. It's just choosing the right room is always tricky, right? I do not mind Inferno engines. I think we can come here. Or we just reroll. I don't know. It's always hard to determine the best room. Basically, you just want to find a room the enemies aren't too threatening. Here we have that the giant pool of venom, which poisons you every turn. Really is quite annoying, but I think we should be able to take it out. Just overwhelm it with sheer numbers before it kills us with poison. Let's find out. We'll just quickly, you know, spawn some imps, throw them across the map. There we go. Venom Bowl is gone. From here we can probably just hold spacebar. Hold up. Where's that guy? Disperse him back into the swarm. And yeah, Conjuration wand would... Oh. I don't even want to look at it now. Alright, let's look at it. Okay, it's not even that good. It's not even that good, guys. We don't need that. Drill shoes. No, I like my shoes. I don't like that room. Maybe I will go there. Just because it's got healing potions. Yeah, that one has a heart, but that one has 2 healing potions. And you know, you never know when your build is going to backfire and you're going to need to go through a couple healing potions, right? So I think I'll start in the top center, stay out of the range of the exploding minions, get our imps up, and Hordemancer. Yeah, just for an extra imp. And as we can see, we took some damage there, but not a ton. And we could easily clear the room. Imps are doing really well. I'm very impressed. Very impressive. We can get another jar of embers, perhaps. This room doesn't look that bad. The Fey Queen, I mean, fairies are kind of annoying because what they can do is they can rip off your buffs. So that means that they can end your Imp Swarm, they can end your Permanence, they can end your Flame Gate. Very, very frustrating if that were to happen. So I try to avoid them with these kind of enchantment builds, especially the ones that heavily rely on self buffs. Anyone that can take away your self buffs is kind of a death sentence, right? So I mean, we'll try it anyways, because maybe we'll try it anyways. Could probably keep out of range of the fairies just long enough to get so many imps on the field that they have to deal with them, type of thing. Once they're forced to deal with my minions, it gives me room to summon more minions, you see. And I think that's exactly what's happening right now. We ran out of imps. Call, we can summon more. We're about to run out of permanence, but we should disperse some of these enemies away. And there's just a little pocket of them on the bottom that are slowly being closed in on. And there you go. Not terrible. And that was realm 17. So here, I kind of want the Fade Plate here. Even though another Jar of Embers would be better, a Fade Plate is more of a defensive thing. I wasn't really using the Frostfire robe anymore. I wasn't really casting Fireball or Flame Gate, so I guess we could do this room. Self-healing pools, the red pools self-heal everyone, so those are kind of annoying. We have a nice open room with a giant floor to protect us from any enemies, so we'll probably just drop here for a free room. I think with 11 skill points we should probably buy something. Conjured Aggression is a straight huge bonus. Now we're at 27 damage, which is great. Conjured Vitality is only, it's 9 minion health, which is, this is good, but you know what that reminds me of? Icy Vengeance. You can get that instead. So if they do manage to kill some of our imps, they get punished for it. And this will be good because it's one of those skills that kind of like helps you when your guys are dying, right? Which is great. It's not one of those like win more buttons where you're winning. So like keep winning. Right? But oh man, look at this. Look at how nutty this is. This is crazy. These imps are just like, they took over the map. It's their map now. Shamblers being eaten alive. I could probably get Prince of Ruin to deal with the Shamblers a bit better. The big guy's gone. Now it's just Shamblers. And the Shamblers are almost dead. Almost. And they're dead. If you look at the damage, 5,400 for Furnace Imps, 3,900 for Tungsten Imps, and around 3,000 for the third type, Copper Imps. And those are like fire, physical, and lightning, right? Copper is lightning, tungsten is iron. It's like the higher, stronger version of iron, I guess. Armor would be nice, but it only affects one minion, right? We have lots of minions, so... Starfire would be good. But you know what we could get instead of Starfire? We could get... Yeah, shielded minions. Pure Strike. Only benefits one of our guys. Starfire. Benefits all our fire guys. But you know what would be even better than Starfire? Fiery Judgment. Right? So now we get some holy damage in the mix. And yeah, those worms are coming for us, but they can't reach us because we're flying, and therefore we do not fear them. Our imps are going into battle. What a way to go, hey? You see this swarm of imps coming at you, and then all of a sudden one of them starts jabbing you in the back. I don't like how closed in that room is. I guess we'll just go here. Not too terrifying. Ophan has been... I get the feeling Ophan's not going to like this Imp Swarm build. What can we add? Maybe I get Teleport? Or maybe Blink. Because I feel like I should get translocation spells way earlier, but yeah, well, it took a lot of damage just now in the last few turns. But see, this is why we have the shield thing, right? So that shield protects us from at least one of those big hits. Every turn we get one of those, so... We're still taking a ton of damage though, we don't like that. We're taking less, okay, that's good. Taking less. 109, 109, we didn't take any damage, we didn't take damage again. You can tell if you took a hit with this Fey Plate. If you don't have any shields left, it means you took a hit. If you have a shield left, that means you didn't take a hit. I have a shield, which means I'm not being attacked. Right, it's kind of weird, but I guess it's one way to tell. And yeah, now the imps are doing their job, and they're just scaring everything. Often summoning more guys, but we can just hold down spacebar, I suppose. There we go. That's it. Fun is dead. We go on to Mordred. Mordred. Oh, that's a cool room. I've never seen a room this cool. Never seen this one before. Usually it's just like a... We could get Serpents of Chaos. That would probably work really well here. Chaos Poet would also work. Demonic Cruelty. I haven't seen Demonic Cruelty. I haven't picked it before. So maybe we'll try this. It seems like it's really strong. Only if your imps are really strong, and our imps are really strong. So we'll use our golden stopwatch here, just to get our guys out. There's nowhere to really hide. Oh, fine. And then let them start building up. We'll just kind of, you know, look for a place. We're gonna get teleported around, so have that disperse ready to keep your enemies away from you. This is why it's good to have blink. Teleport away if needed. But we're doing okay. Not really threatened. I think the map has totally been taken over by our guys. Where is Mordred? Where is Mordred? I don't see him. Oh, there he is. Top right corner. And he's dead. Okay, thanks for watching, guys. Have a good day.